Well, welcome everybody to the live stream of the Hockey Tasmania State Club Cup. This is round 2, and we've got the visiting Launceston City side from north, from up in Launceston, obviously, coming down and playing the current Premier League ladder leaders, Derwent. Hard to remember the last time these two sides played in a competitive match, so it's a pretty exciting time to see this competition up and running. My name's Scott Edwards. I'll be providing a bit of a basic stream today Your best bet is, of course, to always get down to the hockey and watch it live. I'll provide a little bit of commentary. It won't be too much, not a whole lot of colour commentary, but I'll be right here alongside you for the action today. And we'll try and keep our cameras on the action as much as we can too. So if you weren't able to make the trip today, you can still keep up with most of the action and the scores and see how it's going. It's been a pretty even game so far in these opening 7 or 8 minutes. Launceston City have actually created the best chance of the match so far. They did it early on in the opening few minutes. They had a really good opportunity down their end, sprayed it just wide. They caught Derwent on the break. Derwent, of course, wearing the orange tops at the moment, and Launceston City in the dark blue and white. And the sun is out. It's nice and bright right at the moment. In Hobart, we are here at the Tasmanian Hockey Centre for this cup tie. Good chance for Derwent there. Good run there from young Oliver Stebbings, who was young Ollie Stebbings was just recently named the under-15 Australian Player of the Tournament at the recent National Carnival as Derwent in attack again. The Derwent strikers starting to cause a little bit of problems for the Launceston City defence now. Working their way into this match now. Had a couple of good chances recently. Of course, that one just wide again. So the strikers just having a really good period of play there. Starting to really dominated possession for the last few minutes. Certainly creating the better circle entries. No great opportunity on goal just yet. You feel like they're still settling into the game. Launceston City certainly keen to impress in these early moments. Of course, Launceston City came into this game as the 4th seeded team out of the GNL men's competition. Derwent are the top seeded Premier League men's team. So you would expect on the balance of that Derwent, especially being hosts and playing at home, would be the favourites for this cup tie. Launceston City on a little bit of a run here. Got the Derwent defence hold up. Yeah, so this is now, the second round is the direct knockout stages of the State Club Cup. So the winner of this match goes directly through to the semi-finals, and we'll get to host a semi-final. So Launceston City, if they can cause an upset here, will be able to host a semi-final at home at the Northern Hockey Centre. They've got a great chance at the moment in the circle. And a follow-up. And the first penalty corner of the match goes to Launceston City. This is an excellent opportunity for them. It's the first chance they've had to look at, or the first real chance they've had to look at the Derwent goal. I'm joined in the commentary box by Hockey Tasmania's CEO, Damien Smith. And he's got a couple of kids in tow too. Damien, what are you thinking so far of the State Club Cup?
That's great, Scotty. I'm really pleased that we're able to get it going, and this first game here in Hobart's looking pretty tight. Lonnie City, see how they go here. There you go. So Lonnie City 1-0 up. It's good start, Scotty.
An early goal to Launceston City, and that's a pretty impressive start for them. And who you got in tow with you, Damien?
I've got my nephew and niece. I've got Grace, Co, and what have we got here? You want to say hello?
Hello.
Say hello, guys. Yeah.
It's a bit of a family day at the hockey.
Family day at the hockey. They're watching their mum play 4th grade, which is good. So they're having a tussle on turf 3. So what do you expect yourself today, Scotty, in regards to the matches?
Well, we do have a really good lineup of matches across the state, as Derwent managed to equalise. So straight back, Derwent concede first, but they've managed to get one themselves, so it is 1-1 now. It's an interesting start to the game so far. We do have, as we were saying, a really interesting lineup of matches for you around the state. Up in Burnie, starting very shortly, if it hasn't quite started, it'll start very shortly, is the Burnie Baptist men versus the Canterbury men, and then the City Marions women host the Diamondbacks women. So sure to be a couple of cracking games there between those two sides up at McKenna Park in Burnie.
Yes, well, having been to Burnie a couple of weeks ago, and I watched Burnie Baptist, and there's some great young players in that squad, so I think that'll be a really, really exciting match. The Baptist and Canterbury men's game will be great, and City Marions and Diamondbacks also looks to be a really good contest. So I'm going to be really, really excited to see, keen to see how they all unfold, Scotty.
And of course in Launceston, it's quarter time. Siren sounds. Thank you. And of course up in Launceston we've got the South Launceston Suns, who are hosting 2 matches up there, and their men's and women's sides both into the into the quarterfinals, and they'll be hosting Northwest Graduates. And who's the other team? They got the Derwent women travelling up there. So a couple of interesting games up there, and South Launceston Suns, I think both their sides are top of the ladder or in the top two. So good year so far for them. Could come away with 2 wins.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's I think there's going to be some great hockey in the north. Again, I'm going to be really interested to see how our travelling southern sides go in the north today. So it's supposed to be a beautiful day in Lonnie, which is good. It's always good up there in the winter. Get the best winter days up there. So I think be a good day of hockey, the Northern Hockey Centre as well.
You are, of course, tuned in to the live stream of the State Club Cup, which is a new competition from Hockey Tasmania involving all the clubs from the Premier League and the Greater Northern League from around the state in a knockout FA Cup style competition. The first round was the whoever finished in the top halves of their competitions, of their ladders, after a set period of the 2021 season. And this current second round is the first time we've got crossover matches with teams meeting each other. And down here in Hobart, after this game, we've got South Burnie and OHA a bit later on in the afternoon, but coming up in the next game. What's the game after this one, Damien Smith?
We've got... what have we got here, sorry? We've got Northwest Graduates versus West Devonport.
It's Northwest Graduates in the women, hosting West Devonport in the women, so that's following this game. But we are about to start this second quarter here. And it's 1-1. And although Derwent have made most of the running, Launceston City have looked good for a goal, and whenever they've gone in the circle, they've looked dangerous. So I don't think the possession statistic is going to tell us a whole lot on this game, but certainly it's one where goals are going to be worth quite a fair bit in the long run, because, as I've said before, it is straight knockout, so it's winner take all in this match.
So a bit of a call out to all the under 13 players tomorrow who nominated for our state squad. There's nearly 100 players that are heading to Lonnie tomorrow for their second trial. And Gracie Code, my niece, is one of those. So Gracie, are you excited about tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, isn't it? How'd the first week go?
Good. It's a bit hard, but...
Yeah, trials are pretty hard, aren't they? But just got to do all the simple things and impress those selectors. So good luck tomorrow. And Oscar, are you going to start playing hockey again? You've stopped playing hockey, haven't you?
I've started playing I've got my first game today.
Today, sorry, it's Tommy that's stopped playing, isn't it? But you're playing, which is awesome. So what time do you play?
Around 2:30, I think.
Awesome. That's awesome, mate. Well, good luck with that, and good luck tomorrow, Gracie, and all the under-13s that are trying out for the state team. Like I say, we had 100 kids nominate, which is awesome across our boys and girls. So a really healthy cohort of kids trying out for our youngest state team, which is really good. This continues to be tight, Scotty. The Lonnie, that's a nice finish there by Zad Enks that scored a nice little bunt goal, which is a lovely shot. Enks is having a pretty solid season in Premier League this year. He's one of the old blokes in the Derwent team. He's really having a good year.
Well, Derwent take the lead now in this match. Don't know whether you'd call it a seesawing match just yet, but we've had 3 goals already. Had 3 goals already in this match, and neither side looks like holding back too much. It's currently Derwent 2, Launceston City have 1. So Derwent currently in the lead. So hello and welcome to everyone who's tuning in from around the state. I imagine we've got a few people tuning in from up north in Launceston, so I hope you're enjoying the stream right now. Of course, you've got a couple of big games coming up at the Northern Hockey Centre, so hopefully you're planning to make your way down there in about half an hour, 40 minutes or so for the State Club Cup games up at the Northern Hockey Centre in St Leonard's. You can of course take this stream with you on the go. If you've got your mobile device, just get onto the Hockey Tasmania YouTube channel. You'll be able to catch all the live streams from Hobart. Watch them while you're watching the other games live up either in Burnie or Launceston. And just a big clearance there from Launceston City. Starting to see the pace just drop off a little bit in this match, with Derwent now have the 2-1 lead. They're happy to spend a little bit more time in possession, try and hold on to it a little bit longer, force Launceston City to chase the match. Still plenty of time to go. Of course, the format for the State Club Cup is 17-minute quarters. There's no stoppage time added for penalty corners like the local Premier League has. And there will be a shootout directly after the final quarter if both teams happen to be equal on goals. That is how the winner will be decided if they happen to be all square at the full-time siren. At the moment, Derwent now on the attack inside the circle. Good initial piece of goalkeeping from Jaden Pearson in the Launceston City net. One feels he's going to have a fair bit to say in this match if Launceston City are to challenge for the win. Breakaway here. The Derwent defence just swarmed them, but Launceston City have a really good field position now. They've been good when they've got it inside the 25 so far today, so let's see what they can create here. Good circle entry, cut off by the Derwent defender though. Derwent straight back up the other end. Do whatever you want. And Derwent now win a penalty corner. This is going to be a great opportunity for them now to consolidate their lead. And City aren't going to want to give away too many penalty corners to the strikers, because we know how good they are from these. They've got a couple of really good drag flickers at the top of their D as well, including Harrison Winch, who also does play occasionally for Launceston City. So good save by Pearson initially, and the follow-up is sent wide. So Launceston City will be happy to have survived that. And now straight into a counter-attack. Well, good circle attack there, and a follow-up shot as well. Derwent have just been a little bit wasteful in the circle. I think that might just leave enough openings for Launceston City to exploit. They are currently chasing the game, so it's not quite in the best position after scoring the first goal. They've now conceded 2 to Derwent, and Derwent have the lead. But we see the strikers very much dominating possession, and City trying to hit them on the break. They're currently on a break now into the 25, into the circle. Derwent defence now holding up pretty well. After conceding the first shot and the first penalty corner of the match, they've managed to tighten things up a little bit. Launceston City again on the attack. Brought down a free hit. So we can see that Lonnie City not necessarily having too many problems getting the ball forward. Not having a whole heap of possession themselves, but when they do have it, it's quality. So even though the scoreboard reads 2-1 in favour of Derwent, and even though Derwent had the lion's share of possession, it is still a relatively even game, as City again on the attack now, going centrally into the circle. Set off a foot. They won a penalty. No, they haven't. Thought for a second there that City had earned another penalty corner, but umpire says no. Derwent bring the ball out of defence again, just clearing it. It just shows that they're feeling the pressure of the last couple of minutes that Launceston City have applied. Derwent now in good field position. Attacking from wide. Good defence from City. They're looking to counter once again. Oh, they do have numbers out on the right. The ball is just out of the reach of the right winger. City again on the counter. Had a few of these in the last few minutes. Can they make one of them stick? Unfortunately, it's turnover again. Turnover through the midfield. Good set up, top of the circle. Can they get a shot away? Great tackle. Great tackle from the Derwent defender. Good clearing ball as well. Oh, and Derwent are in the circle here. Great keeping from Jaden Pearson just to shut the angles down. See that one go wide. Last couple of minutes, things just opened up a little bit too. So, both sides enjoying attacking moments, getting into their circle, unable to get the result that they're looking for, but we see things are just a little bit more open now as we get close to half time. Free hit on the sideline, deep in Launceston City's attacking 25. Turnover once again in the midfield. City again on the counter. Good ball into the circle once again. Oh, that's a dangerous clearance. Oh. So Derwent happy to just wind the clock down. There's just a couple of seconds to go before the siren sounds. And that'll be it for the first half. And I think this one has been probably a lot closer than what Derwent maybe expected. It is a challenge out there for them to get on top of City. Had plenty of possession in the first half, although just as we got towards the end of that second quarter, certainly in the final 10 minutes, City really put them under the pump. A couple of really solid counter-attacks, a couple of good circle entries, and they look dangerous. Feel like they're good for another goal or two, and because this is a direct knockout, we know that if they manage to get a draw, it'll go to a shootout. So in reality, they only really need the one goal and to keep Derwent out to stay in this tie. So receiving instruction at half time. Alright, so the second half is just about to get underway. You are tuned into the Hockey Tasmania live stream of the State Club Cup, which is a new statewide knockout competition featuring all the clubs, men's and women's, from the Greater Northern League, which covers Launceston, Burnie, Devonport and Smithton, the North and Northwest regions of Tasmania, and the Premier League competition, which is the teams based in Hobart in the southern region of Tasmania. This is game four of the men's competition, but it's the first game to get underway today. Today is the State Club Cup day. We've got a whole bunch of games around the state. A couple of games in Burnie that have just got underway, a couple of games in Launceston. We've got 4 games here today, and this is the first of those. It's Derwent hosting at the Tasmanian Hockey Centre, the visiting Launceston City side from Launceston. Currently it's 2-1 in favour of Derwent. Hasn't been all their running though. They have had the majority of possession, but in terms of chances on goal and circled entries, it has been a lot more even. And Launceston City certainly look good on the break, and they look dangerous when they get into the circle. So there is still plenty to happen in this game, I suspect. City now inside their 23. Good field position here. You go wide down the left. As this match has worn on, the Derwent defence has gotten a little bit better, managing to hold out City's attacks now, and strikers looking for a counter-attack themselves. If you've seen much of the Premier League competition, you would know that Derwent love to attack along the baseline and try and square it up, feed it back to the spot for easy tap-ins. That's how they like to score. There's only been one penalty corner apiece so far in this match as well, so set pieces haven't really been much of a factor so far. Derwent on a break through the middle of the park. Good cross in, that's off the Launceston City player's foot, and that'll be a penalty corner. And just as we were saying that set pieces haven't been too much of a factor just yet, here's an opportunity for Derwent to really take advantage of having a penalty corner at this stage of the game. We know they've got a very capable battery. They are coming up against one of the best goalkeepers in the state in Jaden Pearson. City managed to survive. Not a great overhead. Launceston City with a chance to counter once again. Good tackle by youngster Ewan Vickery there in the Derwent defence. Derwent attacking down the right now. Good square back. Oh, and they've managed to squeeze it in. It's Angus Bolton. Northwest boy originally himself, so He's managed to score a really good goal against Jaden Pearson in the Launceston City net. He's found the smallest of spaces on the inside post. Now that does make things, or the task for Launceston City, a little bit harder now. Like I said, I thought they were good for another goal. Certainly look like they're capable of scoring, but now they've got to score a minimum of 2 in order to level this game back up. Because it is a straight knockout, so the winner continues on in the competition. The loser is knocked out. If it is a tie at the end of full time, there will be a shootout to determine who is the ultimate winner. That's why I say that Launceston City have really got to throw everything now at Derwent. They've got to find 2 goals in the next quarter and 10 minutes at least. It's going to be a big task against the top team in the Premier League at the moment and one of the Premiership favourites for the Premier League title this year. So it's now a huge task in front of City. Good defence there from City, and now counter-attacking once again up the left. Turned over, they're a little bit exposed here, Derwent into the circle. It's a free hit just outside. Dangerous shot there. Pearson up to the task. It was a bubbly ball and they can be dangerous inside the circle to handle. Rejoined in the commentary, or rejoined in the Tasmanian Hockey Centre Media Centre by Hockey Tasmania CEO Damien Smith. Damien, how have you seen the action so far?
It's been a pretty good game, Scotty. I think given Derwent have been touted, and rightly so, as the Premiership favourites this year in Premier League. I think the Lonnie City guys are really taking it up to them pretty well. It's it's been an end-to-end sort of game. Obviously, Derwent have just been a little bit more clinical with their finishing, but I've got to say it's been a pretty good contest.
Just flashed that one wide. Derwent another opportunity inside the circle.
Yeah, I'm going to be really interested, Scotty, to hear some feedback from the players around this inaugural State Club Cup, and just interested in what their experience of it and what we need to do in the future to tweak it. I think it's a really good concept. It brings together players from the north, northwest and south, and I think that's a really good thing, and that's something we've been aspiring to do. So I'm really pleased we're able to do it. It'll just be interesting to see how this competition evolves in the future.
I was just thinking, I was trying to remember the last time there was actually a state final played, and I'm trying to think if there ever was a time when we had this many clubs from around the state playing against each other in a competition like this, so 4 competitions or for a cup for points. When was the last time you would have had 8 state games played on the one day, if ever?
It's a really, really good point. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, having been fortunate to play in a few state finals, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they were great fun, really enjoyable. So, look, if this happens to replace that in some way or go some way to replace it, I think it's going to be only a good thing for our sport.
Yeah, no, I think just thinking about that, it's a great concept. Get a chance to see these clubs and teams test themselves against teams that they wouldn't normally play or have possibly never played in a competition setting like this. So to create those opportunities for our players around the state and our clubs, I think is really exciting.
Yeah, it is, and it ties in with sort of our aspirations as a state in regards to Tassie Tigers men's and women's squads. Having nearly 100 people nominate for that was pretty impressive and amazing in some ways. So I'm hoping that even this competition plays some part in that in the future in terms of, like you say, exposing players from across the state. They're seeing different sort of styles of play, different skills and whatnot, and we overall achieve, better competitions in both parts of the state, which is, very much what this is trying to do. I think the other point about this particular concept is that, people from around the state can get to see players they don't normally. We've got young Ollie Stebbings here today, which is really nice for, even some of our younger kids to see. I mean, winning the best and fairest in the under-15 nationals was, that's significant. So it's nice to, have, someone like Ollie down here playing and the Southerners get to see him, a bit more. So that's a good thing. And likewise in the north, where some of those Premier League teams, the Northerners get to see some of those players as well. So I think I'm quite excited about this concept, and like I say, how it may evolve in the future. And we're open to any sort of suggestions around how how it could be. We've got to make a decision too, Scotty, about the final, and we have looked at holding it the same weekend, maybe the Friday night before our Hockey 1 first game in October, first weekend in October. So we'll just see how that plays out, and we'll just get some feedback from the players around that.
Very good. Damien Smith, the CEO of Hockey Tasmania. Derwent attempt to attack down the right. See, just a few minutes to go until 3/4 time. It's a big task ahead of Launceston City now. Don't quite feel yet that the game has really slipped out of their grasp. They are still creating opportunities, still fighting, but circle entries are certainly dried up a little bit for them. And Derwent now, with that 2-goal buffer, are able to just take a little bit of the sting out of anything that Launceston City can throw at them. So they've made the trip down, and they got a big 19-20 minutes ahead of them, trying to overturn the current scoreline as Derwent into the circle now. Another opportunity to try and square it up. Oh, good save on the line.
Great save.
Fantastic bit of determination there. Clear the ball from the goal line. Derwent have to reset. Little moments like that, what you get in a knockout match. It's a finals-like game because it is in essence, a final. Winner goes on, loser goes out. So there is a little bit on the line, and I think as we head into the final quarter, there's an opportunity for a lot of players to maybe write their names in a little bit of Tasmanian hockey folklore with a few big acts to try and get their team over the line. So certainly diving to save one on the goal line and scoring a great goal. Great opportunities here for players. Derwent under heavy pressure in their circle. Lonnie City managed to work it out, but they have given away a penalty corner. So really dangerous moment here now for the team in blue. For the team in orange, Derwent, this is a really great opportunity for them to set themselves up nicely for the final quarter. And the games should be underway in Burnie and Launceston as well. So if you are tuned into this stream and you are in those areas, now would be a good time just to keep the stream going on your phone and just make your way down to McKenna Park or St Leonard's and watch those games live. Good penalty corner defence initially from Launceston City. Derwent will have to reset. There's a really fascinating game up at the Northern Hockey Centre getting underway right now between the South Launceston Suns men and the Northwest Grads men. Good save from Pearson. And the siren will just beat them before Derwent can set up again. So it's the end of the third quarter. Derwent do have a pretty good handle on this match now, with it 3-1 in their favour. But if City can find a way to goal in this final quarter, they have enough about them to make it interesting, I think. All right, mics are back on.
Probably a good time just thank a few people for the organising of the State Club Cup, and Janet Nelson with the officiating, and David Saunders. They've both helped pull together the umpires and all the officials, TDs and whatnot around the state. So thank you very much for your assistance there. We can't do these things without great volunteers like yourselves, so thank you for that. And I also want to acknowledge and thank all the teams actually that, particularly those that have travelled today. We got very little pushback from any of the clubs in regards to the State Club Cup. We knew that, there was going to be a little bit of travel involved. And I know the GNL teams do travel a little bit more, well, obviously more than Premier League teams, but I really appreciate those clubs having the flexibility and allowing us to put this on this year. And like I say, if we have to tweak it in the years ahead, we will. But I think that's so I thank all those involved in that.
Thanks, Damien. Of course, if you are watching on and listening in, and you happen to be in Burnie or Launceston, be sure to take some photos, take some videos, what's happening around the grounds, on the grounds, the crowds, and share them with us at Hockey Tasmania or on the Greater Northern League or Premier League hockey pages. There's a little bit of history being made today with this competition and the amount of clubs involved, so it'd be really nice to get a wide range of photographs and maybe videos of the match play if you're out there and happen to have your phone handy on you. Great defensive intercept there. City have numbers now. Opportunity through the midfield. Swarmed in the tackle, but they've managed to win a free hit in their attacking half. Just a bit of a wasted opportunity there for City now as we cross over into the final quarter of an hour too. So there's less than 15 minutes to go in this match. Really does start to become a case of now or never for the team that's trailing. Good attacking move from Derwent. Great keeping again from the Launceston City goalkeeper. Jaden Pearson has come straight out to it to shut it down. Anyone who's seen Pearson play in goals over the last few years would know that he is possibly one of the best goalkeepers in the state, but certainly one of the best as Derwent into attack again, into the circle. They win a penalty corner, but Pearson's certainly one of the best proactive goalkeepers in the circle. He is lightning quick off his line to get out and close down opposition strikers once they get into the circle. He reads the play really well and will come out and intercept passes as well. So he's an aggressive type of goalkeeper who roams his entire circle looking for opportunities to get involved in the play. That's what we saw 30 seconds ago. But Derwent, another good opportunity from the attacking penalty corner. They're all set up here. It's a drag flick, good save from Pearson once again. I think that must be about save number 10 now. Certainly had plenty of work to do the longer this match has worn on. Derwent win another penalty corner, so they are starting to pile on extra pressure in that circle. One more goal here and you think that would just about seal the match as well. So really important for the Launceston City defence that they hold this out in the context of this match. Another drag flick, it's low and it's wide. So just another small lifeline for City. Quickly overhead, out to the left wing. I like that they're trying to get it moving quickly now. Derwent go overhead. Collected wide. Good intercept. Now City again looking to counter, but it's turned over once again. Strikers through the midfield. Ball spills for a 23 restart. And we now get our 10-minute warning, so just 10 minutes left on the clock. Derwent with a really handy 2-goal lead in this match. Launceston City have only been able to score one so far, so it becomes a really big ask for them to find 2 more at least in order to stay in this tie. It's going to have to happen pretty soon as well. Managed to hold possession a little bit better the second half too. Happy to recycle it through their defenders. I think that's going to create them a few more attacking opportunities too, as trying to attack centrally now. There's a battle on for possession. Derwent win this one. Loose ball. Derwent on the attack now. Good initial tackle, but the follow-up is won by the orange side. Nicely fed back to the top. Good defending from Lunny City. And away they come. Good ball into the circle. There's a half contest there for possession. City win the turnover. Again, being held up well by the Derwent defence. Really good field position now, right outside the circle. Derwent defence in the second half have been really, really good. Tackling has been clean. They've protected their circle really well. They've really dried up the opportunities for Launceston City to enter their circle, so Managing to create a counter-attack here too. Good initial work by the goalkeeper. City survived, but we can just see how dangerous now Derwent look whenever they go forward compared to how Launceston City look, and that's certainly changed from how things played out in the first 10 minutes of this match, where it was the reverse. It's now Derwent really starting to pile on the pressure, look really dangerous when they get the ball in their front half. City just struggled a little bit in this final quarter to really penetrate the circle. Well kept in by Derwent. Good tackle from the City defender too. Now we cross over 5 minutes. Time is really against this City side. Good attack down the right. Held up temporarily by the Derwent defence. Haven't been able to keep that one in. Derwent looking to go through that central corridor. Now out down the right. So this is a direct knockout. Derwent now looking in a really good position with just 3.5 minutes left on the clock. They're winning this one 3-1 currently. City will need a bit of a minor miracle in order to change this result as Derwent going to attack once again. Another really good tackle in the heart of the Launceston City defence. Don't manage to get the clearance though. So it is a direct knockout, and so the winner of this match will host the winner out of the later game today, OHA versus South Burnie. And it looks like Derwent are going to write their names into the brackets as first winner of an official State Club Cup tie. Launceston City in attack. Again handled by the Derwent defence before they got over the 23. Just happy to eat up a little bit of time there. See the ball over the baseline. Well, City started this match really strongly. They came out fired up, had the bulk of the play in the first 5 minutes, had the first shot on goal. The first shot, but they sprayed it just a little bit wide. First penalty corner, and they scored the first goal. They were up 1-0. But Derwent have slowly wound them back in. They managed to equalise almost straight after City got their first goal. They've added 2 more as the game has gone on. Nearly had a 4th there in the final seconds too. But it really has been a case of Derwent have got better as the match has gone on. And that's left City struggling a little bit to get into their attacking 23. Certainly in the second half, it's been a struggle for City to get into their 23 and into their circle. They looked really dangerous when they got into the circle through the first half. And Derwent at half-time probably had a chat about that and fixed a few things, and their defence has been really good at preventing City from entering the circle. So the final siren sounds. Credit to Launceston City, excellent effort out there today against one of the sides expected to be the favourites for the Premier League title. They are currently on top of the Premier League ladder too. But congratulations for Derwent. They will go directly into the semi-final and they'll face whoever the winner is out of OHA and South Burnie. That's happening later today at the Tasmanian Hockey Centre. For us though, we will keep streaming the next couple of games, but you will just need to switch over to the other stream. So this current stream will end in just a short moment, and go to the Hockey Tasmania YouTube channel and just flick over to the next scheduled stream, which is the Northwest Graduates versus West Devonport women's match. So thanks for joining this stream. We've just separated them so people can go back and find their specific games. So just this stream will end in a second and flick over to the other stream for the next game that'll start in just a couple of minutes. I'll see you there.